I think the time has come when women have got to find self-respect and a full identity of their own. And that's what's very difficult for them. And the battle that we have to fight is not against men, it's often against women, actually.
My name is Karen Bowman, and I am 79 years old.
My name is Jennifer Sanchez, and I am 54 years old.
My name is Sage McGee. I'm a junior in high school, and I'm 16.
My normal day as a woman is I have all the fears and doubts as a woman going to work. I get up, I look in the mirror, I try to not look at the mirror because I don't want, I think that I should wear makeup, and I can't wear makeup because I have allergies. And then trying to say to myself, it won't make any difference, it doesn't matter. But in the back of your head, you're trying to present the best face forward, to look professional. And I don't think it's fair that men go to work without makeup, but I have to.
A normal day, like as a woman, depending where you are, things can be different, can be very different. But like, even at my age, I've noticed a lot that walking around, you can end up getting a lot of stares from people. And it doesn't really matter how old you are. Walking around, especially in like places like Denver, I've been stared at and catcalled and a whole bunch of things like that. Otherwise, I don't think you get paid much attention to. People don't really care if you're walking around unless you're wearing something that is considered not modern or whatever.
When I was younger, what I thought about the feminist movement was that they were just a bunch of radicals, burning bras, yelling at people. That's the only imagery I saw growing up. And while I knew that what they were going for was a good thing, I didn't want to be associated with that, because so many people when I was growing up were like, oh, those feminists, it was such a derogatory thing to be called a feminist. And it wasn't until much later I understood why they were being ridiculed so harshly and what their actual message was.
I think the feminist movement was a very big and impactful movement. It did end up actually helping a lot, and it did move things forward. I feel it gave a lot of women a lot of women rights that they didn't have before. It gave them opportunities to speak up about themselves and speak out and really express themselves a lot more than they previously were able to.
I became the manager of a patrons cooperative, which was a farmers cooperative. We sold gas and diesel to the farmers out in the country, and I did that for 9 years, something like that. I don't remember exactly how many years. And one day, the board of directors, a couple of them came in and said, "You're fired." And I went, "What?" I mean, I had a thriving business. We had money in the bank. We were at good standing. I had ability to order anything I wanted and had good credit. And I said, "Why would you do that?" "Well, we want you to go out in the country." And it was like, you can't do that because you're a woman. You can't go out and talk to the men and do that kind of stuff. And it was truly a fact that I was a woman. That's why they were firing me. They wanted to hire a man that could come in and could relate to the farmers better, and men to men.
I've seen it with my mom. She gets paid a lot. Like, she used to work at an appliance factory, and she would get paid a lot less than her male workers, even if they were doing the same exact job. She'd get paid less simply because, she was a woman.
There's so many things that they just asked a woman, how would you set this building up? Or how would you set this car up? What would you do different? They need to ask us some questions, and they need to get us not just into politics, but into everyday business world and manufacturing world, to see some of the things that they don't seem to see. I mean, I see a lot of men up there designing cars or designing how to do some things, and there's no input from us. And I think that if they had some of that, they'd see better.
They are overlooked, as I've said before, and the things they say don't matter as much when it, like, things they say wouldn't matter as much as if it came from a man's mouth, you know. Their opinions and what they think and how they feel don't matter as much. How they feel because a lot of people think women are over dramatic and overreacting and stuff like that. What they think because people think women are stupider than what they actually are.
So, what is something that still needs to be said today about women's issues? I think that today women's issues need to be really put to the forefront because we're sliding backwards. My mother had certain physical rights of autonomy to her own body that I am losing. And my daughters are losing that right. And it looks bad for women all over the country. We're being told what to do, where to do it. It's really disheartening. So women's issues today, they are the same as when my mother's generation were speaking up about them. And I just can't believe we're sliding backwards.
All kinds of things like that.
Sorry. Alright, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's